Hey everybody, and welcome to Movie Couple Live. This is a show where we talk about the latest in movie news and pop culture. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And we actually kind of started on time. It's 2:01.
Yes!
High
For
five.
once. Woohoo! Go team
this
go.
never happens. You guys know, Movie Bunch, you guys know we never start on time. It's like, sorry guys, we got to push it back to 2:10. Sorry guys.
We're still a little bit more late. We're still a little bit late.
Yeah.
So, but fortunately today we are on time because we've got some awesome guests with us
Can't
today.
be late when there are guests on.
You can't.
That's a big no-no. We got a couple of real peachy guys that are joining us, fellow reactors, and I'm a big fan of their channel. I've been watching them ever since I found them in mixed reactions, and I feel like sometimes I don't always watch through everybody's. Sometimes I don't watch through like late to the party or rejects because I normally would have watched their content already. So I'm like, oh, I've seen this and I'll move on. But whenever it's previewed, I will always leave it on. And then eventually I'm just like, what am I doing? Click on their channel, hit that subscribe button. And here we are. So we actually, the stars aligned. We made it happen. Jay and Adam have devoted an hour to us. So you guys, throw some peaches in the chat.
Peaches!
As Jay would say, and welcome previewed.
Here they are.
Andy, I'm pretty sure we've copywritten that. You owe us at least $1.50, I think. You're stealing our bits.
Technically, it's my bit.
Hey!
And that's how the breakup of preview happened.
Dun, dun, dun.
This was all Wendy's plan. Like, we gotta get rid of these preview guys. They're too good. They got us to break them apart.
We'll have the other reactors on a show, and then we'll slowly break them apart, and we will be the only ones left. Yes.
First previewed, and then.
What I actually now need, I just need to have like the cat. And
Oh
be
my
like,
God.
Yes. It's all part of the evil plan.
Oh my God. Navi's just a prop at this point. Rob says betrayal. Lots of peaches in the betrayal. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us for this Saturday. We're going to talk some Moon Knight. We're going to talk some Buzz Lightyear trailer. We're going to talk some D&D news. But first and foremost, how is your Saturday?
Well, we're in the future, so we're good.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh,
We're
yeah.
3 hours ahead of them. So, like, greetings from the future. Everything's good here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day in New York,
Is it?
actually. It's gorgeous. You haven't been outside yet, have you?
I haven't been outside in days, guys.
No, it's a beautiful day. We had just our usual community Jackbox with the Peaches stream on a Saturday afternoon, which is always fun, and everyone. Yeah, our little community is really, really cool. So it's been a nice day. It's been a nice day for me.
That's good. I was setting this up.
Way to go, production! Let's go,
Yeah, production team. Gotta get here 3 hours beforehand.
Yeah.
Set everything
Throw
up. Get all the
some
flags.
light bulbs in the. I don't know what emoji
Light bulbs?
would
Light bulbs,
production.
cameras,
Cameras.
mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
So
film and scissors.
I've been very curious as to how you guys met and started your channel. I'm sure this is a story you've told before, but you haven't told it here on the Movie Couple channel. So please enlighten us.
Me? Oh, all right. All right. So Jay and I met 7. This is the 6th year of doing YouTube.
So I think
We're
it was
in-
7 years ago. Yeah.
7 years?
8?
I think it's 8.
I don't know, man.
What's time? 8 years ago, Jay and I were both individually invited to do a podcast with a mutual friend of ours that it turned out was called the Movie Preview Review Podcast, which what we didn't know at the time is we were doing a podcast version of reaction content on YouTube. So we would watch a trailer, comics would watch a trailer, and then we'd all just start making fun of it and talking about it. So it was an audio-only reaction podcast because we're old and we have no idea what reaction content was.
We weren't sure.
We had no idea. 2 years into it, I started looking on YouTube like, hey, maybe we should film these. This is kind of fun, right? Oh, wait a second. There's a whole swath of content on YouTube. They're doing, oh, wait, we're not as original as we thought we were. Huh.
Oops.
So we started taping it. Sorry, what?
Oh, then I was just going to say, then you just saw, hey, you know what? We can have fun doing this. And you saw there's a huge market for it. So, yeah.
Yeah. We started doing it. And then the four of us started doing it. And then Jay and I realized that we were having a hell of a lot of fun doing it. And honestly, that's when Jay and I actually really started becoming friends. Because usually we're at a table with 4 or 5 people. and then it was just the
It
two
was
of us
just
on
the two
camera.
of us because we were trying to like promote the podcast, and it was like, oh, this is the thing. This is the thing.
You're gonna have a Step Brothers moment to where like, did we just become best friends?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
It was. You know which video it was, right?
Well, I think we have different videos.
It was the Black Panther trailer.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That's the one.
That's
really
one where we're like, oh,
people like this stuff.
Okay.
So maybe we should keep doing this.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the Power Rangers trailer for me when I realized that, like, oh yeah, we're very good together.
Oh, and we talked about when we made the bit about they should just keep the Zords separate and just swarm the monster. When they get huge, why become one big thing when the whole team can come together? I'm wearing a themed hat for that.
Oh,
as
you
well.
are actually. Yeah.
Just bum rush them with all the dinosaurs and you're Gucci.
Yeah, you don't need one big guy. It's always better to team up and have one like a better battle
You can
strategy.
tabletop them, get the Triceratops behind them,
Push
and
them.
the Sabretooth can kind of
And then-
Knock 'em over.
Yeah.
and then the
T-Rex finishes the job. Just ka-clang!
The Angel Grove should be the richest city on the planet because they have all these monster carcasses
Yeah.
strewn about the outskirts of the city. They should be like mining that stuff.
There's got to be.
There's got to be a market for all that stuff.
resources.
Amazing.
Just saying.
Yeah. I love that. I love the story. For us, we got married.
We got married.
Yes.
We got married. That's it.
Okay. And then was it in the vows? Like, did
Yeah,
Justin
pretty
did you
much.
pop
We
it
had a
on her?
little bit in there about it remaining
with this-
silly forever.
Oh, okay. That's good.
And we actually met each other sword fighting.
Shut up. Shut
We
up. Are you
actually used to
serious?
work.
It's,
We used to
it's
work
true.
for a company called Swordplay, and it was fencing, fight choreography, and birthday parties and special events.
So we dressed up like characters. Yep. Go ahead.
You
I
just
know.
said like parties, birthdays, sword fighting.
Yeah.
So you would show up at a party and just
At a
fight.
kids party.
Pretty much. We would be either pirates or knights or Jedi or ninjas. Wendy was Yoda a couple of times, and I was Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, you were Yoda. That was probably really cute. You're probably
And then-
adorable.
We started
I
off
think I
as
was kind of scary. I'll send you a picture after. It's kind of nightmarish. now that I look back, I'm like, ah.
and from there we just we first started being friends, and then we got married, and then we're like, hey, Wendy was like, I really want to start doing some
guys didn't
new
date?
stuff.
No, we just skipped
It was
it.
like a Greg and Dharma situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dharma and Greg situation. I'm sorry. We gotta get those things in the correct order.
Hey, what are you doing, man? You cursing this channel by saying them in the wrong order?
I know. I apologize. Dharma and Greg. There we go.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
good. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's that's just kind of how we just had a lot of things in common, and the friendship just kind of blossomed. And we did, actually date for about 5 years before we got married.
Oh,
So
wow.
we've been together 13
Yeah,
13 or 12.
Long enough you don't remember, and that's good.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
I
How long
like-
you and Kimberly been together?
I honestly,
There you go. Right?
I don't know. I can't imagine my life without her. I just think about it and I'm like, no, she's just always been here.
That's
Oh,
the perfect
that's-
answer. Men take
so
notes. Take
I
notes.
love my wife. Sorry. Yeah, I'm like Chance the Rapper's most recent 2 albums. I love my wife. That's all it's about.
Oh,
That's all
is
it's
it?
about. Oh yeah, dude. His most recent album, it's all about his wife, which is so romantic. But also,
Yes.
I just want something I can dance to. Anyways,
Oh, he doesn't drop the beat enough to get that funky groove on?
never say funky groove. Ever.
What's wrong with the funky groove? Yeah, when you're not going to do the Zemo dance over, you just sit there and don't you judge.
This is my life.
A little magic pour going on there.
I made this a priority.
Yeah, it is a priority. Speaking of reactions, there was a cute little trailer that dropped, a second one for the Lightyear trailer. What were you guys' thoughts on that? And also to the chat, if you haven't checked out Previewed, their YouTube is linked in the description and just below there, way over there in the corner, in the banner.
Oh, it is,
Make
look
sure
at
you go check out their channel. Yeah, I did all the things. What were you guys' thoughts on the second trailer for Lightyear, and how much do you want to see this in theaters?
I think this movie looks great, but it's insane that it exists. What is okay?
I know the answer to the question you're about to ask. Ooh, Miss Wendy. Ooh, I got the answer. Ooh. Okay. It's the movie. It's in the universe, right? It's in universe.
Okay.
It's like their Star Wars. It's the movie that spawned the Buzz Lightyear toy. So somebody had an idea. There's a George Lucas in the Toy Story universe. That's like, I got an idea for a movie. An astronaut, they just stranded on a moon, and then they go to the future, and they Captain America the whole thing, and then he saves the day and defeats Zurg.
Like Luke Georgus?
Sure.
Is that
Georgus. Yeah,
Luke Georgus.
Georgus, yep, did the thing, and they made the toys off of that movie.
Okay.
And that movie's not based on anything else. It's just a movie that was made. Andy saw it as a kid. They made toys, and then we have Toy Story. So it is a made-up movie in the Toy Story universe.
I'm just saying, you all are throwing this information at me like this is a rational thing. You're telling me in a movie universe,
yes,
there is another movie that we also get to see outside of the universe, and then I'm just supposed to be like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well,
I think that would actually make a brilliant end credit scene. You actually see after the credits roll, you actually see a cut that shows Andy in the movie theater holding his Buzz Lightyear toy and going, "That was an awesome movie," and he walks out of the theater.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's be real. If he's like a '90s kid, the more realistic from that time period, at least from my experience, would be like, hey Mom, I'm gonna can I put the VHS back on again? And it's just like rewinding the movie again to watch it over.
That's true. I destroyed my Ninja Turtles tape watching the first movie. I watched it. My mom took the tape away from me because I watched it 30 days in a row. And she's like, no, that's not how we know. You need to go do something, Adam.
The old Ninja Turtle, the cartoon ones or the movies?
The first movie.
The first movie.
First movie. For me, it was actually the cartoons that I would watch over and over and over again.
Oh, I watched those too. But the movie was like, oh, Shredder dies? What?
Oops. Yeah, my little brother's movie like that. He watched the Endor movies like over and over.
Oh, those
and
two
over
TV
again.
specials.
Oh
the
my
battle
gosh.
yeah.
With Wilford Brimley and that little girl who had like the wrist thing of the wrist thing.
Was
like,
Wilford Brimley in that movie?
Wasn't he like the grandfather of one of the girl who like, the lights were like corresponding to her family being alive and like two of them were dead or something like that?
Dustin's all of them. They show her whole family like die, because you have the first one, which is like the adventure, and then the second one to where it's her being off in the wilderness, finds this old man with this little speedy white Ewok kind of a thing.
I've never watched
And then you
it.
have like an Evil Lynn kind of a character.
Yeah, they're not good, but like he would watch it over and over and over again.
Okay.
And, yeah, it was just like, be like, hey, let's watch Indiana Jones. He's like, no, we're watching Ewoks, and I'm like, okay.
Yub it is.
Okay.
Back when Yub was the song. Yub.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, not to step on any toes, but big thanks to the super chat.
Oh yeah, we got it.
They have a segment.
It's just what
okay.
if I knew that name and I was like, oh, hi Ray. Oh, thank you.
I didn't want to interrupt you because I was
sorry.
having
Good guess. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you know what? Let me screen cap these so I don't lose them. Hold on, because there's a couple other ones that I want to go to. So we'll
Let's
get
start
to
from
that.
the top.
Shall we? Let's not start from the top.
Let's not start from the top. Let's start from the bottom.
Let's start from.
We're starting at the bottom, and now we're here, Jay.
Yep. All right. This is how normally we're not very organized when it comes to this kind of stuff.
We're just shooting from the hip.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much, Ray, for the ultimate super chat of the day. Thank you so much.
That's cool. How'd you do? That's mad wizardry.
Welcome to StreamYard.
She's a witch.
Lionheart. She turned me into a newt.
So Ray says, just because this team up the two most positive and fun channels in existence is amazing and deserves much love. This team up needs repeating a lot. Well, if it works again for people's schedule, like I'm down to talk to Jay and Adam whenever, play video games whenever. And Ray, thank you so much.
Thanks, Ray.
Woo, thank you, Ray.
Ray, thank you. Okay, and then I just really,
I would
really
love to
appreciate
play
that.
some Mario Party with you guys, and also you
yeah.
can get a D&D game. Oh,
You guys want to do a one shot?
to do a one shot.
We have Candle Keep. We have Candle Keep and other stuff that he's out of.
All right.
Oh.
So
I use that word reluctantly.
I can't do
Hey,
it.
man.
I'm a junior DM.
I'm sure you're awesome. It's not. That's the
Thank
thing.
you.
Like we have like a pretty serious mantra about D&D. Is this like if you're playing it, you're doing it right. Like that's like because we've actually had like a lot of people in our Discord like whenever we did Vox Machina, like being like, oh, D&D seems cool. I want to play, but like it seems really. The bar is like really high, and like I don't know, I want to get in. And like our attitude has been like, just ask someone that knows what they're doing. They'll teach you. They love like D&D is so user friendly. I'm sure you're awesome, Dustin. I'm sure you're awesome.
I'm going to ask to do combo moves just as a heads up. Just know ahead of time. I'm going to try to break your game because I can't help it. But I apologize.
Adam,
I'm sorry.
Adam is the type of D&D player that he doesn't go, I would like to attack with my sword. He says, I would like to chop their head off, please. And our DM will be like,
You can certainly try.
You can try, but that's not. There's an HP system. Okay.
I have a giant sword.
I'm going to use my bonus action for booming
my
blade.
great sword.
Yeah.
I hack.
Yeah, I just cut his head off. Right? We're good. This is a group storytelling, and I have the conch shell. I cut his head off. Who's next? No. I feel like a human neck is probably pretty easy to get through with a 6-foot sword. I'm just saying.
Yeah, go ahead. You know what?
I played a lot of baseball when I was a kid. So I get good.
Do a little T-ball there.
Yeah, do it. Just pop, 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 pop. Yeah, here we
It's
go.
all twisting. Yeah, it's all in the hips.
See if it happens.
It's all in the hips.
We'll work it out. We'll see if we can get a one shot going.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That would be
At
awesome.
some point. Yeah, that'd be fun. Be a little chaotic because I like to play chaotic characters.
Wendy's the tank.
Barbarian
Really?
all the way. Yeah.
Wendy's always like, just
I like to
charging in.
Leroy Jenkins everything I do in life.
Okay.
I like
Wendy
Wendy.
did along well with
I
Wendy.
wouldn't have expected that, but that makes me really happy to know. I like that.
I would not have expected it either. I would have thought maybe a cleric or a ranger.
Yeah.
I like
That was-
I like fire. I like spells.
Same here. I'm always leaning more towards like the wizard, the spellcaster, someone
But
with
you're
high
so
intelligence.
squishy though.
I know, but you can make things go boom.
See, yes.
Like, oh, look at this nice little clump of kobolds and goblins. Just blow them all up.
God.
Pink mist. Enjoy your needles. You're very rude.
To get to a couple of other super chats here. This one is from, thank you, by the way, Ray, again. This one's from Zork, the dark one. It says, hi, Wendy, Jay, Adam, and this name has been removed by the United States government. How are you all this weekend? It's an inside joke from Zork, who never mentions this one by name.
I always get misnamed, so.
Yeah. Sometimes it's Justin, sometimes it's Randall. Today, it's been redacted.
Okay, good to know. We shan't say the name we shouldn't say then.
He who shall not be named.
He who shall not be named.
named. Yeah.
And since we were talking a little D&D, I want to go to Marvin Martin's super chat, who says, speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, reading up on House of Dragon and Shadow and Bone, if you could have an amplifier and or dragon and or magic board game, what would it be? Ooh, this one requires some thinking.
So an amplifier.
Have you guys watched Shadow and Bone on Netflix?
I have actually.
I watched
Right?
the first episode.
That's the one that's kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender if it was in like Tsarist Russia. Is that what that
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked that show. Yeah, I liked that show.
Okay.
Pretty good.
I don't know if I remember much of. We were also like watching Witcher at that point.
Oh
And we
yeah.
were watching like other stuff, and I was just like, we were watching Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't remember which magic goes where.
Yeah,
And
Jay was
there's
talking a lot about weaving during The Witcher, and I was like, I know a weaving Witcher makes sense. It kind of, I like alliteration too, but it's a different chaos magic. It's a little different.
Yeah.
It's a little
Yeah.
different.
Exactly.
It is kind of all the same.
I'd have to admit, having a pet dragon would be kind of cool. Something that you could kind of like ride, kind of like Khaleesi, and just fly through the air. Or I'm sorry, Daenerys.
I mean, you say that, but dragons are awfully easy to kill, apparently. So, like,
You could just forget that there's a whole armada after you, and then one ballista bolt. Until you attack the castle, and then they can't hit anything.
they can't. Yeah.
I just want to become a lich. I just want to put my soul in like a little, like a little vase, like a beautiful little vase. Maybe it's like stained glass or something. A nice one. I'm just saying I want a phylactery. I don't think that's so much to ask.
Okay.
You get like your own little Horcrux going there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind like a couple of Horcruxes. Like, I could go a little reptile.
Okay.
But like, I'm talking maybe 2 or 3, and then I think like, you know what? My nose is good. You know what? Maybe I take one of those back, and then we go. Perfect.
I think we can
I've
all
got
agree.
3. Perfect.
Horcruxes are terrible. You just put your soul up. You have to kill people to do them. But
Do you?
I think we can all agree it would be fun to plan what yours would be. You know what I mean?
With the Horcruxes.
Yeah, it's kind of be like, oh, well, what's important to you? Like, what do you have access to? Like, it'd be kind of cool to be like, oh, what are your Horcruxes? You know, that's a better dinner conversation. Like, who have you murdered to split your soul? You know,
That's a
Who
good
have
point.
you killed to get everlasting life?
yeah,
Mm,
like a haunted book. You know,
I like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could get lost in the library, but set people to fire.
I love it. A tasteful vase.
There you go. Love it. Gotta love it. I don't know what I would want as an amplifier, or I would want a dragon, but I worry that like I wouldn't be able to not convince it to breathe fire and kill people. Like, how do you control a dragon? Not everybody can be, Daenerys.
And just train it very, very well. Make sure you just have like a lot of cattle around for it to eat.
There are 3 movies you can watch to learn how to do that.
How to train your dragon.
A whole series.
How to train them.
Oh yeah, there's a cartoon series.
Oh yeah.
In a series. Yeah, maybe if I can do like an animated dragon, that'll live within like an animation space, and I don't have to worry about it affecting the real world at all.
Okay, so kind of like a Pete's. I just saw
Pete's
it? They
Dragon.
just did a live stream for Disney for the Electrical Light Parade, and they have the electrical Pete's Dragon. And of course, I'm like, having a dragon like that would be pretty cool. You can just tell it to turn invisible.
Oh yeah, that's right. Pete's Dragon is invisible.
And
Yeah.
that
Razzle dazzle.
that move that in the third act of that film, when it gets sad. Wow, does that movie get sad like real quick?
Real quick.
When they capture him and like he's there and all the, where do they get all those henchmen? First of all, second of all, man, I can't watch that movie anymore because I'm just like the Apple Dumpling Gang went evil and they're trying to kill a dragon and I don't love it.
Agreed. Yeah, Disney used to get like real dark back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, oh, you want some heartbreak? Here's the ultimate heartbreak.
Yeah,
We're gonna put the cutest dragon ever in captivity.
yeah. Enjoy The Fox and the Hound. The lesson is bad. The lesson is bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And then you get like the Black Cauldron, and then you're like, oh, Disney's gone dark.
yeah, man.
Real dark. That movie used to scare me. We got a couple of other ones too, and then we're gonna dive into some Moon Knight action here. This one is from there's hair everywhere. 156 Impulse. Love you guys. We love you too.
Thank you so much.
Finger hearts for you.
Finger hearts.
And this next one, there you
Is
go.
that actually a heart?
It's a heart. Like you pinch little hearts.
For some reason,
Oh,
during
that's
the,
cute.
Yeah,
like a
little
during
little
the
K-pop thing.
press, what is it called? It was during Mission Impossible.
The press tour in
Press
Korea.
tour of Mission Impossible. They were just going nuts with that when they were in.
They're like, oh, hold on, I got something in my.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm really confused about this.
You just pinch them together. There you go.
Oh,
you know, it's
look at
different than
that.
the whole.
Thank you,
sir. Hold
Thank
on.
you.
There you go. This super chat comes from Chester A. Arthur React.
Chester A. Arthur.
That's one of ours.
Yeah.
Is
Chester.
Paul out here?
I love that.
All right here.
Who says, greetings and salutations, young gentle sir and lady. I'm a close friend of your guests, and they would be ecstatic to know that I am here.
Well, we're ecstatic too that you're here, Chester A. Arthur.
Welcome, Chester.
Everyone's favorite dead president reacting to content.
That's amazing. Oh. All right, you guys. Should we go ahead and dive into some Moon Knight action?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. So, first and foremost, going to Jay and Adam, our guests first, your overall thoughts on the episode.
Of just episode 4.
No, the whole series. Let's go
Whole
ham.
series.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? I think you love it way more than I do. Not that I don't love it
Really?
a lot, but I think you're like,
Oh, that wasn't the take I thought.
oh,
You were gonna. Okay, I thought you were gonna be more excited than I was.
I like it. I'm excited.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think you
I think Moon Knight is the perfect example of why why the Marvel shows need to exist. Because Moon Knight is the type of thing that if they try to do a movie, I really don't think it would work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a character that like you need to be able to take your time with. You need to be able to there's a lot of subjects that they are going through on this show that require a little bit more of a delicate hand, and I think they're achieving that. But a lot of the other stuff that we saw, like I think WandaVision could have been a movie. I think Winter Falcon could have been a movie, but this one in particular needs to be a show. And I think you could also argue Eternals probably needed to be a show. Like Marvel they've given themselves the ability to take their time and build something, because like we've never gotten an origin story for a major Marvel character out of one of these yet. Like we've gotten some small side characters, but this is like a full-on major character that we're getting the origin of in a show. Okay, like party on.
the first of many now.
Yeah, I mean,
Kamala's next, then Jennifer, and then Riri's next
Riri?
year, right? With Ironheart, and then
Secret Wars after that?
We're also getting She-Hulk, right?
She-Hulk,
Or did
he said
you said
Jennifer. Yeah.
I think what I don't is anyone are any new characters going to be in Secret Invasion? I thought it was going to be like Rhodey and
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
oh,
It's not really new characters that we know.
the
of.
ones I slept. This guy, Jay, this guy who trusted the wrong cat.
But honestly, I'm loving, exactly to what Jay was talking about. The fact that we can now do these incredible deep dives into these characters, to be able to evolve them more, to slowly peel off the layers of the onion. And especially, what you said with Moon Knight, you really need to do that, because I've talked to a lot of my friends who had no access to Moon Knight, who are still, even though they have this slowly being developed for them, going, I'm confused. And imagine doing that, but in a 2.5-hour movie.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, you'd have so many people coming out of that going, what the hell did I just watch?
yeah.
Well, as we've seen,
And I'm
Yeah.
also like so intrigued where they're going, like where Moon Knight is going to land in the universe after this show. Like
Mhm.
I don't quite know where he's going to fit, because I mean honestly, like the majority of like the Moon Knight reading that I've done comic book wise is when he pops up in Daredevil. So like if that's going to be where he lands, then that's great. But I'm kind of excited because I'm like the show's building, but also where does he go? And are they creating a new room? Like, because we have the different facets of the universe right now, and he doesn't fit anywhere really, in my opinion. So I'm pumped. I'm loving it.
Yeah, same.
because he doesn't fit anywhere, does he?
No.
I mean, we need to see what happens after the end of Love and Thunder and the new how the
Doctor Strange
gods.
2. So yeah.
Not all, but just I mean, Doctor Strange is going to do its own thing, and like it's going to be crack open the multiverse for the movies and stuff, and like, hey, remember What If canon? But like from a god perspective, which is pretty much what Moon Knight is like. Hey, Egyptian gods, these guys, they're the focus. They're the ones behind all this stuff. We got, see what happens with Love and Thunder, what happens with Gore, and who he runs through. Because he's got to run through something. The stakes got to be high. So like, there's got to be his path's got to be pretty bloody, or PG-13 bloody. But like, we'll see who's left, and then because if like Khonshu and maybe a couple other Egyptian gods are the only ones left, then like that gives like then Moon Knight could be running with Thor, not like running with, but like not, and maybe not power-wise equal, but like we'll be in the same sphere of like, hey, you're an Asgardian god.
Yeah.
I'm the avatar of one of the remaining Egyptian gods on Earth. Like, we're kind of important. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people in the comments have been like, oh, he runs with Blade and he's, a lot of vampire stuff. And since Blade was in the end of Eternals off screen and just a voice, he can show up there. I'm like, okay, was Blade in the movie yet? I don't know.
It's true. I think we have to wait a little bit for Marvel to, I guess, give us where exactly they're going to place Moon Knight in the MCU itself. But I think is it this October we're getting Werewolf by Night as well. So I feel like potentially.
Wait, what? This October?
I think, is it this October or is it's like a special? It's like a Halloween special.
We are?
Yeah. Let me just do a quick Google. Or if the chat wants to chime in, let me know.
When exactly is Werewolf by Night coming out?
Werewolf by Night is coming out as a Halloween special one-off, so like they could connect that with Moon Knight a little bit because I want to say they crossed over a little bit in the comics. But then after that, I think they gotta kind of figure out their stuff with the MCU timeline and where they want things. I know the COVID kind of screwed things up because everything got pushed back and now it's a little bit out of place. So they got to put it back in place and then add it in. Because I would hate for a really cool character played by Oscar Isaac to only exist in a TV show.
Yeah. Oh, sure. And it seems like all the screen caps and the stuff that people are showing from the comics, like, it seems like the 616 universe really considers Moon Knight as like this crazy wild card character.
Yeah.
Just like, crazy random bullshit. Go. Like, I don't think that's what this Moon Knight is.
Right.
Yeah. He's not. He seems to be an extremely competent character. Well, at least Mark does. Steven has his own assets. We'll see what that third alter does, who's still trapped in the sarcophagus. But like, it seems like he should be taken a little bit more seriously because like he could lay it down on some fools.
Yeah.
And hopefully in the future, when Kang shows up and threatens all of reality, assuming that's where we're leading to, like, and then Moon Knight. Oh no, Moon is like, oh, it's Mark. Yeah. Oh no, it's Steven. Oh, Steven, no, what are you doing? I got sticks. Like, maybe get Bark back out here. We're stabbing McSaverson.
Can chat let me know when Werewolf During Business Hours is coming out? Is that when
Have you guys been, speaking of werewolves, going a little off track here, have you guys been watching campaign 3 of Critical Role?
I am wildly behind.
Me too.
Campaign 2.
Okay.
Then
we won't spoil anything for you.
We'll skip that.
Got it.
Okay.
Because there's some cool stuff.
Copy that.
I do know Jay hit me to one of the major sport things that happened in 3 of a certain origin of one of the characters.
Oh, of female
Marisha's
player.
That's as far as I am right now. But
okay, we're a little bit behind that, but we read that on the internet, so.
I'm way back. I think this got to episode 35 today in campaign 2.
What's happened so far in that part?
Caduceus showed up.
Making dead people tea. Sorry.
Yeah. He I got a very long string of all caps text because the other day I was over here and I was like, oh, what episode are you on? He's like, oh, I'm on 25. I'm like, oh yeah, like what's happening? He's like, oh well, like they're just Jester and Ford or they've been captured and like and I'm like, oh, interesting, cool. Are you excited for the next one? He's like, yeah, this has really been interesting. This is a really cool way. I'm like, oh, neat, fun, have fun in episode 26. And he texts me, he's like, you knew, didn't you? And I was like, yeah, I did. I was like, yeah.
It's like the Red Wedding.
Yeah.
Where you just sit there and cry. We have a super chat from Ryan that talks about the Mighty Nine. Ryan's asking how if we get far enough down the line to get a Mighty Nine Amazon show. My God, please pray to all the gods. What arcs and moments do you want to see the most? So we'll just go as far as how far Adam has seen, which is
just got to Nicodemus.
Nicodemus.
I was in the ballpark.
Yeah.
You looked,
Nicodemus, Jay, the Mighty Nine. They're all smokers.
Yeah.
They want to be one of that patch, so they're all on the patch now.
Just in a non-spoiler sense, TravelerCon.
Yes.
I mean, duh with a capital D, and then Cupcake. I'm talking as specifically.
I'm aware of. I don't know what the joke is. All I just know is there's cupcakes in the future, and apparently it's gonna be the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Apparently.
If they do not put that scene in there, I'm going to be livid.
That's got to be in there. And then, I'm trying to think some of the more comical stuff. I mean, the one Knott's mud bath. if I want to put it in that way, I think that too.
And Jester's little adventure into the Platinum Dragon's church.
I saw that part. I've seen that part. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I also think they could make, if they made it an entire episode, I would be completely content of Caleb just describing the tower. It's my favorite moment from all of season 2. Like I've listened to that episode multiple times because you can just feel like Liam and Caleb kind of morphing into the same person. Because he's just like, I made you this thing. But it's pure joy and it's just pure like friendship. And they can make it a whole episode. I don't care.
Yes, I agree. And more Tusk Love Easter eggs, please.
Tusk Love and
I got to that part too.
Tusk Love.
And also maybe the date that happens in the tower.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Okay, okay, good. That means that was a nice blanketed statement. I'll remind you later of what.
Okay, I'll think about it.
But also, who doesn't want to see Pumat Soul just be Pumat Soul for a while?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All the Pumat Souls.
And Adam, by the way, I saw your Percy cosplay.
I can get better. I can do better. I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. I thank you. And also, somebody sent me a Percy is on my desk because we are vengeance.
Yes.
Oh, and also, it's the Vengeance Trio, dude. I got Batman in here. This is the House of Vengeance.
You all learned the wrong lesson from the Batman movie. You all learned the wrong lesson.
Vengeance. They will taste it. Kanji, where you at, man? I'm ready. Let's go.
That would be awesome. Just get all of the different characters of vengeance.
Yeah.
From different
you gotta say it.
Yeah.
Vengeance.
Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and go back over to Moon Knight because I wanted to get you guys' take on watching this is one of the few shows that I think, or a few moments I've ever seen in like actual Marvel within movies or TV shows that they actually gave us true horror elements while they were inside the pyramid. And I don't know Adam's thoughts on this, but staying up until 4 a.m. Oh no, but you edit during the day. I was at 4 a.m. editing this, totally creeped out, turned on, I like to edit in the dark, but I turned on all the lights to edit this because it freaked me out. Yeah, I can't concentrate if there's too much light. I only like my dimly lit desk lamp and the monitors, and that's it. I want to be in a dark cave. My soul is very dark.
It's actually very creepy to kind of walk past the door of the study and just see everything dark in the room except for her computer screen. And then I almost expect something to start to kind of like crawl out of it.
I'll show you guys what I look like when I edit all the time is this. And then I'm at the computer.
And seeing that,
I put on my blanket.
As you walk past the study door in front of the computer, and you're just like, "Okay, hon, call me if you need anything."
You're sleeping when this is happening, right? You're like, "Great, it's 1:30. Yeah, it's 1:30. I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta work in the morning." Yeah. Yep. Wow, that's dedication, Wendy. But also, wow, I can't. Oof. My back hurts just thinking about that.
I think it's because I get distracted really easily. With a little bit of like ADHD, adult ADHD. So if I don't put on blinders on myself, it'll take me 6 hours instead of 4.
I might need to try that.
Yeah, you could ET it up.
Welcome to my stream.
Elliot.
Throw some Reese's Pieces in the chat.
Only if YouTube could let you upload your own emojis. I 100% would love that. But yeah, love to hear you guys' take on the horror elements in Moon Knight.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't. It was more like they just watched The Mummy, and I was like, you know what, that was a PG-13 movie. We could take all of those little jump scares and the horror elements of that, and just sneak it right into Moon Knight, because like they got that guy, but it's at the top. It's the top of the frame. You just hear it. You don't really see it. You see little tummy mummies. Just gonna drop something.
Getting those yummies.
You don't see what you just know it's like probably his intestines. We don't really show it because it's not lit well enough to be like, bloop, cannot be jar for you. I'm gonna save you for later. Yum, 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 yum. And then when she gets pulled into the thing, that's the classic mummy shot. So like they only upped it because they did it twice. Yeah, they didn't. You were expecting it once. It's like, oh, she came out, great. Oh, nope, twice. Oh, wow,
that was
very good, because I've never seen the double pull before.
And then she randomly comes out with an arm.
Yeah,
you don't know how she got the arm away from the guy or how she broke it off. The arm is just on her shoulder.
The struggle was real.
And also notice, what is it? The generic organs that the monster was putting into the tub. It looked like an organ, but I couldn't tell like what it was. And you're assuming that. Just some kind of intestines. I thought they would have to be a little bit more like, and they were like hanging out of the jar.
Oh, so bad.
For me, it was the almost getting stabbed with the arm bone.
Yes!
I was like, I don't like that. I don't need that.
I thought that was clever.
It's clever. Yes. Here's the thing: from a mummy's perspective, it's very resourceful.
Yeah, every part of the buffalo.
But as a non-mummy, I was like, that's not at all how I want to get stabbed. That's the worst way to get stabbed. Because at least a knife, it's metal. You know, it's been probably sterilized. This is just like, man, this is just century-old, like, bone stab. No thanks.
Sure. He's doing old school Wolverine, man.
With the
no with the bone claws.
Yeah
man. It's just snake. I gotta get you.
Wolverine ain't got nothing on this. Let's go. I mean, that affected me, and I love horror so much. Not to say I'm not affected by horror ever, because I try to just be brave and be like, I'm okay. But a lot of times my mind wanders and I think about it. I would like to see more horror elements, hopefully the next remaining 2 episodes, because this is some of the problems I do have with Disney Plus Marvel shows and Star Wars too, is that they give us such cool arcs and stories, but then I feel like at the end we're always jamming everything in there and like kind of racing to the finish line, where if we just gave us a couple more episodes to let the material breathe a little bit, you know, we can get more time with the character and the story, and it doesn't feel like it's a rush for the end, because they left us on a huge cliffhanger for this week's episode. What were you guys's, because we watched your reaction a couple of times, and I think it kind of mirrored ours when the aspect of it changed, and all of a sudden it's this, you know, adventure old movie, like a little
Tombbuster. That's what it was. Tombbuster.
Yes. Tombbuster. If I don't see that as merch at Disneyland, I'm gonna talk to somebody. But your thoughts on your take on where Steven and Mark are, because I thought of it was in his mind, but a lot of people in the comment section were saying that it's essentially their afterlife. So what were your thoughts on that?
Well, he was pissed for it. In like that first, I'm actually glad they went as far as they did in that sequence, because I could feel the temperature of your body rise when they were like, when it was like, oh, he's just crazy in an insane asylum and none of this means anything, and here's all the stuff that made him think about what he's doing in his head. And it was just like, your hair went up, and I was like, oh, he's about to lose it. But then when it finally got to a point where it's like, no, this, because that's the classic trope. And I think it was actually they've been very clear that they're like, look, we're not seeing it as a gimmick that he has alters. We are not seeing it as like, we're going to take this seriously and we're going to tell the story right. Mm-hmm. And I think them saying, oh, he's just crazy in an insane asylum, and then flipping it on its head was almost a commentary on how like minimizing that can be in certain storylines like that. And I was like, oh, they're basically saying like you shouldn't don't gaslight your audience like this. It's not right to do that in these kinds of storylines. So it being like clearly something more, I was like, oh, this is them saying like, we know what we're doing. Like this is not flip by any means. And it was yeah, we got to see a hippo.
I got to admit that threw me for a huge loop. I did not expect the hi.
It's great.
Because you're expecting like either a roar or some kind of something intimidating, and she's just like, "Hello."
It was the perfect vibe. It was so great.
That's not what I expected.
Yeah, I'm mad that we had to wait a whole week. I mean, now it's just a couple days, but still, to leave on that kind of a cliffhanger and to know that there was only 2 episodes left. I'm like, what do you mean? There's so much more. We haven't even met the third altar, and I'm pretty sure they walked by his sarcophagus, I guess, or coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, let him out. He can probably help you break out of this place. But
I stabbed a bunch of people.
Huh?
By stabbing just everybody.
Yeah, if you need people to get stabbed, you want to
Dagger,
send
dagger.
the third personality out.
Yeah, much like how Cyclops, his eyes go to the punch dimension, the third altar goes to the stab dimension, and it's just
Things that didn't need an explanation. Where does Nightcrawler go when he bamps? A nightmare world for a half second. Man, he could just bamf.
oh, I love that part.
Do you?
I love it.
It's just some things are better without an explanation.
Yeah, he goes to hell.
That's what I slightly worry about too. I worry that they're gonna do that tropey, like none of this adventuring ever happened. He's been in a psych ward. I was like, do not rip us off like that. So I'm thinking it's not gonna be.
I also think that there's a lot in that last scene that made you go, wait a second, there's something wrong about this psych ward too. There's a lot of things that don't quite match up. There's a lot of things that kind of go, well, one, the fact that there's a huge hippo in there too.
You're right.
That makes you go, okay, wait a second. This is obviously, I mean, who keeps their inmates in a sarcophagus?
Well, okay, if you put it like that, sure.
Well, I mean, they ran through the classic tropes of these episodes we've seen in past shows that take 42 minutes to get through what we got through in. Because when I was editing it was like, oh yeah, what is the time code for when he wakes up in the chair? It's like, oh, there's only 7 minutes left. So like we get through 42 minutes of like a 90s TV show that would do the same thing. We do it in 7 minutes. And honestly, when he breaks the glass out of the office and starts running down the hall and everything, turns like he was being accepted in the van, that's only like 6 minutes in. So really, it's only 6 minutes of the. Wait a second, is this a? Oh, it's not. It's clearly not. They have a plan. This is and in the days after, it's like this is probably the workaround of getting out of death. They just needed to put him somewhere where, like, hey, sorry, we kind of put this together on the fly. We didn't expect you to get shot twice in the chest. Sorry about that. But hey, you get to meet yourself. Hey, yeah, Marcus. Cool. Hey, don't worry about that guy. But like, yeah, we gotta go because things are afoot because the bad guy's got the MacGuffin and all hell's about to break loose.
Yeah.
Well, we also have to figure out where all of those gods, like when Khonshu was imprisoned in that little statue, there looked like there was a whole bunch of other gods there as well. So where do they go when they're in prison? Is this the same place? So there's talks about, is this the same kind of realm that Black Panther was in when he's in the ancestral realm? So
Bast.
Mm-hmm.
Basti.
And if I'm not mistaken, isn't that like there's a relationship between that and an Egyptian god, Bast, and had like a relationship with the Egyptian god.
I think so.
I can't remember the details.
But I had completely forgotten about that.
Yeah.
And there's just so many fun theories.
There's a what? Oh, yeah. Oh.
Huh?
Maybe that's where Moon Knight's going to fit in. Maybe he's in like the Moon Knight realm. No, in the Black Panther realm.
Yeah.
Because he's such a spirit. He's also a spiritual character as well.
Yeah.
Well, also, also the talks about Amit being able to look at different parts, almost able to look into the multiverse.
Your favorite theory.
This is my favorite theory for this whole thing. Ever since
you
mentioned, so Amit's able to see what you have done in the past and what you are going to possibly do in the future and what you're doing in your present. Sounds like able to look into the multiverse. and maybe there's a connection to this and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And then I start going, Mephisto. And then I'm like, no, okay, that's a little far-fetched.
No, you're right. It's Mephisto.
Mephisto confirmed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Ahmet is actually Mephisto. Yep. That's it. That's exactly. Because
the
that's where he's
whole
been.
time.
We've been looking for him for over a year. Where has he been? He was on Alexander the Great's gullet.
Just really reach in there.
Just get in there, Stephen. Just
Elbow deep. Let's go, Stephen.
Elbow deep. Yes.
I'm so sorry for the way I am.
I did not like that one. I was like,
The only thing that made it worse was the encouragement. Stephen was doing fine, but like, I guess we need to talk here. Mark, encourage him.
get in there.
Yeah, reach in there.
Get in there. Yeah.
I had to
Really
reach down his
reach for
gullet
it.
to get it, but I got it.
What? We have
Hate it.
We have a super chat from Owen, Central Park Place Apartments. Thank you so much for your super chat. Who writes, thinking that Towerette might save Mark/Steven if he agrees to be her avatar before he finally frees Khonshu. That's a theory.
Oh.
But what if the suit then? Because right now he doesn't have the ceremonial healing armor of Khonshu. So what is he gonna wear?
Well, if they can free one Egyptian god, maybe they could also free Khonshu as well.
Just supermarket
Free
Super Bowl
wall.
thing,
He's
right?
supermarket.
Just all the hams and all the chickens, and all the giant 5-gallon. I watched a lot of it as a kid.
Get the boom boom into my heart. It's so sad that it's just God just.
Yeah. It's like Ghostbusters. Everything comes out of the containment right in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. Jamie here from the UK says, greetings from the UK. I think the last episode of Moon Knight should end with, it's been Agatha all along. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Really?
I can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look.
She's a talented actress. She can pull anything off.
Look. I mean when Catherine Hahn can just strut that runway, mama. She can do. I'm fine with her being the big bad. I don't care. I love it.
That's another show that we're going to be getting too. I don't know when.
Oh right,
there's
she's
a-
getting a show. I forgot
Yeah,
about
she's
that.
getting
Oh
a
yeah,
show.
that's right. Agatha's getting her own show.
Man, I want to
we
be
don't-
part of the MCU. You get a show. You get a show. You get a show.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one show where I'm like, I think. Look, I want to see more of her, but I don't know what they're gonna do.
But do you
that.
trust them?
Yeah, you're
trust
right. You're right.
They've earned our trust.
They've earned our trust.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm also curious on when that series is going to take place. Timeline wise, is it like it's going to take place before it's going to like kind of tell Agatha's backstory, or is it
I'd
going
like
to take
that.
place like after? Since what is it? Something might happen during Multiverse of Madness. Agatha breaks free,
Mm-hmm.
and
Probably
then
a little bit of both. I mean, she's a character with a rich backstory that hopefully she can be like, this is where she came from. This is where she's going because we saw where she was.
Yeah,
She's not necessarily the most evil of people.
I also want to see her get up to some shenanigans. She probably gets out of that town somehow, and
Yeah,
it's
for
up to
sure.
no good.
Or, not the worst. She's part of the Chaos Crew.
Chaos Crew.
Chaos Crew. Yes, if you know, you know. So we got a few minutes left with you guys. What are you hoping to see for the next 2 episodes of Midnight?
It's like I was saying earlier. For me, I just hope that I hope that we understand where Moon Knight fits in the larger picture by the end of the show. Other than that, I really don't have any other expectations. But like for me, I'm like, I really like this show. I would like to see more Moon Knight. I hope it presents itself in a way that that it's like, okay, now I can kind of see where this is going, just so I can get excited about it. I know that's kind of selfish, but I'm like,
how dare you?
but I'm like, I just like want to know, like, get the wheels turning,
Sure.
What about you?
I want them to break most of the statues. Then you get, they got to be reborn, I guess. Go free Khonshu out of the Pyramid of Giza, break the statue, get the powers again,
Mm-hmm.
and they also need to have like the Mark and Steven finally got to be like, we got to be cool, and then we got to get Khonshu, and then Khonshu gets out, and I was like, hey, dude, we need to be cool. We're all the misfits here.
We're all in this together. We got to get the Moon Goons all on one team.
The Moon Goons.
Yeah, and then the third altar will show up. You know, maybe he shows up in the last episode as a little wrinkle of like, well, there's more here because now we got a whole other altar we got to deal with. And, you know, just to layeth to smacketh down on the remaining cult members. Like, he's been a very good bad guy.
Yeah.
And with all the glass in his shoes the whole time and just being super creepy that he just needs to get wrecked.
Yeah.
Oh. I know the worst villains are the best villains, I guess you can say, are the ones that just feel like what they're doing is 100% right. They're 100% justified. They're so smooth and they're so they get into your heads, and Ethan Hawke just does such an amazing job on that.
Yeah.
But also making him the previous avatar of Khonshu is like, mwah, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So he like understands what's going on. Like that was a genius move on their part. It's so good.
It also felt a little bit like Khonshu kind of wanting Layla to be his avatar. Kind of felt like, I'm going to say it. Was it Connie? No, right? In Iron Fist.
Yeah, Connie.
Yeah.
Or Colleen.
Colleen. I always pick the wrong one. It's Colleen who got the Iron Fist at the end of the second season, which is no longer canon. But like, it was still like the coolest thing to happen in that show, because she's like clearly like, no man, you would be a much better Iron Fist.
Way better Iron Fist.
You got a sword, it's awesome. But like, Layla is a badass. She's good. Like, it was like, hey, maybe you want to join the Moon Goons?
The Moon Goons?
No. But, you know, it's not comic accurate or anything like that. I don't know what Layla's, if Layla even exists in the comics, but like, she's proven herself to be like, hey, you're pretty cool. Like, if Aquafina's running around with Shang-Chi, like, doing some stuff and, like,
for sure.
Hey, maybe you want to, like, empower her a little bit? When I first show up and get some cool ceremonial armor. Maybe one of the other gods, like, they all kick ass together.
Yeah.
Like, that would be cool. Maybe not this season, but, like, maybe if we kind of go further down the road a little bit, like.
Absolutely.
I still feel that Layla is somehow connected with the Power Broker and Sharon, just because she mentioned Madripoor. So I feel like with the way she fights, and it feels like very trained, specific kind of to how Sharon Carter has fought in the past. So I would like to see a little bit more about Layla. And I think I really agree with Jay. Like, I don't think we can actually predict where this is going to go. But what I do know is that I like the show a lot. I like Moon Knight a lot. And I want to spend more time with him. So if they can properly place him in the MCU or give us another season, I don't care either or. That would be the ultimate hope. And I'm thinking they're going to have to devote to at least half of next episode to Jake, because they've been hinting at the third altar all season and we have not properly met him. And now we only have 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of my things that I really want to see. I want to see all of these different personalities kind of be able to be like, okay, we're all a part of a team. We're all going to have to share this body. We're all going to have to kind of live and coexist. How can we do that? How can we work together? And how can we also keep Khonshu, because he's the one that's giving us all these powers to be able to do all this stuff that we want to do.
Absolutely.
So that's the big thing, is that Mark, Steve, and the third personality coming to peace with their disability in a sense, and how can they kind of live with it.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah. Very curious about that.
Yeah, I also just want to see Moon Knight kick more butt.
Yeah.
They did a really nice job of making a lot of movements feel iconic, even though they might not, they're a character we don't know. Like when every time he jumps and the cape makes the moon, I go, oh yeah. I was like, ooh, that hits me real nice. I like that. I didn't know that was something that meant a lot to me, but it does now. It's great.
There you go. And apparently, according to the chat, it looks like this was a limited series, which means they're not looking at a second season. That makes me a little sad, because I really, really did like the show. It might be my favorite next to WandaVision. I'm not saying a lot because I liked Loki a lot too. So we will see.
I want to see Oscar Isaac in the MCU more.
He's
amazing.
We were joking about how if we're going to do the multiverse in Doctor Strange, like maybe we can have Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight Mark/Steven meet his X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, have you guys
Together.
seen that meme where instead of meeting I can't remember the goddess Hippo's name, they open the Taweret, thank you. They open the doors and it's actually Oscar Isaac's Apocalypse, and they'll go
That's funny.
And then you just get him, you just keep punching them until so stupid. That was so bad. It was so bad. It was so
Terrible.
Touch the TV in the 80s and somehow the internet existed and you got all the information through later. Oh, it's so bad. God, it's so bad.
And closing out today's live stream with a final super chat from Hassan. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. Hassan writes, do you think Werewolf by Night should be an October release? Check out the Supernatural Prehumans. Love you to Dustin and Wendy. Yes, I think it is announced that it is going to be a October release. One-off by Micah Giacchino. You got it. You got it. Yeah.
No, I feel like there's
Yeah, the little hearts. Yeah, you got it. I don't think I can do it.
I feel like I got my hands wrong to the camera.
You just pinch the thumb and the index, or the, what is this finger called?
Yeah,
Index.
there you go.
Get it.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what it is? The
Finger
problem is my thumbs are so much bigger than my pointer finger, so they look lopsided.
You just do this to Kimberly for the rest of the evening when you see her and be like, hey, babe, I got this for you. And
She's
she's going to be
probably
like,
here.
what is this?
why are you pinching your fingers at me?
Love it. Well, Jane Adam, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I had so much fun. I feel like this probably could have gone on for like a little bit longer, but I don't want to monopolize your time. So that means we'll just arrange for like another time you can come back and chat. Maybe we do the D&D one shot. You know,
I'm available. I'm chained to my desk.
Same.
I'm not.
So for the viewers who may not know who you are, can you tell them where they can find you, your content, promote yourself, please?
Well, the bottom of the screen has got most of it covered.
Yeah, check us out. Check out our YouTube channel. Check out. I'm investing a little bit more time into Instagram, so we'll be more on that platform.
We are
A little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely check us out on Twitter as well. Also, if you I know a lot of the King Bunny chat is here because I was just streaming before and I was like, everybody needs to come. Definitely check out my Twitch stream. We're doing we just had Wendy on Mario Party Tuesdays, and she won. She beat me by a dice roll.
A dice roll.
Okay, spoilers.
Check out the VOD because Wendy. It was really a fun stream. We had a great time. We've got some really cool projects that we're working on right now. Definitely keep an eye on us. We've got some secrets. We got some secrets and some stuff up our sleeves that we're really excited about. So
should also join on our Discord if you have not already. I know we have a lot of peaches here, but if you guys
Jay said he wouldn't feed us if we didn't come.
Oh, that's true. That's good. I'm good. The starvation works.
Yeah, but seriously, join if go to our channel, follow join our Discord server. The Discord has been the best thing about our community since we're.
I should have put that down there.
Oh no, don't worry about it.
Wendy, I'm never coming back. How dare you?
We have the best Discord on the internet. I firmly believe it. You guys are the best. Thank you guys for holding us down today.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, thanks for coming on.
Oh,
this was great. I love you guys so much. We will talk to all of you viewers real soon. So with that, oh, by the way, if you guys are watching, we're the movie couple. I always forget to promote us on our own stuff. Smash that thumbs up button. Really helps us out getting more visibility right here on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We do reactions to all the things. Not all the things.
Lots of things.
I can't say all the things because they're going to expect all the things.
Yes.
A select number of things that the algorithm likes, we do.
Exactly. No full-length movie reactions because I really don't know if I want to edit that, but TV shows, sure. All right, you guys. We love you so much. Catch us on Wednesday for another live stream. Catch Jay and Adam over at Preview. All their info is below, and we will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Have a good Saturday.
Bye.